Hello, and welcome back to my purple song Home. How are you? I am great. Hope everybody had a fantastic week. I know I did. I have been on the high all week from the concert that I went to last weekend. It was a busy weekend, but a fun weekend. I got to hang out with my sister and two of my cousins, which is always a good time. But going back to work on a Monday after that was kind of crazy. I should have taken the day off, but I didn't. And it was a concert where it was outside, so I got rained on. It started raining, and I have been looking crazy all week with my hair up in a top knot. I guess you could call it that. I don't know what it was doing, but anyway, here we are. I said I might as well just knock my hair out, knock my video out, and do all the things I need to do to get ready for a new week. This week is going to be the new week. You know how when you come back, not saying that I was on vacation or anything, but you know how when you are on vacation and that week that you come back from out of town is play. Well, last week was play. And so this week is going to be real. I have some things to do that I did not do last week. So I'm going to wash my hair. I'm going to do my nails. I did have my nails done, but I took that polish off. So I have to do my nails, do my hair. I am actually also going to use a new product on my hair. So we're gonna see how that goes. I haven't done a wash and go in like 6 years. I've always done twist sets. I don't do a wash and go normally because who has time for that maintenance? But they have a lot of products that have come out since I last did one. So we're gonna try some new products today. I don't know how it's gonna go. But we gonna see. And if it doesn't go well, you will not see a picture of my hair at the end. Just like I did them nails that time. You won't see a picture of my hair at the end, but let's just say I tried it. It didn't work. So y'all gonna be with me when I do it today. Which leads me into the topic that I want to talk about today. So when self-care comes to mind, what do you automatically think about? For some people, it may be a spa day, maybe getting your hair done, getting your nails done, buying something that you've been eyeballing for the last few weeks. And listen, there is nothing wrong with that because I do that myself. I love getting my nails done. A lot of people don't like sitting in a nail shop. I mean, I do to a certain extent. Sometimes the wait times can be a little ridiculous, but my hair, I hate sitting in a hair salon now. Since COVID, I do my hair myself now, and I just hate sitting in a salon. That's just something that I hate doing. So like me, I love getting my nails done. I love looking nice. I love feeling put together. But if we can be totally honest right now, I don't think that self-care is doing all of those things. Because guess what? When you leave that spa, nails looking amazing, hair flawless, skin glowing, you can still be emotionally exhausted, still burned out, still be anxious, still be carrying stress that no manicure can fix. That's why I wanted to have this conversation today. Because I think we are confusing pampering with self-care. And they are not always the same thing. Let's talk about it. so let me give y'all a personal example. So since COVID, I've been doing my own hair. Now, was that originally because I wanted to? Nope, not absolutely. I did not, because as you can see, I have a lot of hair. But like a lot of people, I learned how to do things myself during that season. And honestly, I've kept doing it, partly because it saves money, and maybe not really, because you should see my cabinet. I have tons of hair care products, but that's besides the point. Let's get back to the mission here. But something unexpected happened. It became relaxing to me. It's funny because what used to feel like a chore started becoming me time. I'll turn on a good movie. Right here, I'm looking at what's that neighbor show on Netflix? That's what I've been watching. But sometimes I'll binge watch a good series. Sometimes I'll FaceTime my goddaughter while I'm doing my hair. And if you've ever done your own hair, you already know we're going to be on the phone for a while, because it takes some time. But here's what I realized: it isn't really about doing my hair. It's about slowing down. It's about creating space where nobody is asking me for anything. Nobody needs me to solve a problem. Nobody needs an email answered. Nobody needs a deadline met. For a little while, I'm just present. And honestly, I think we've forgotten how valuable that is. So my question to you is, why do we feel guilty when we take care of ourselves, especially women? No shade to men, but women, why do we feel guilty? Think about it. We're praised for sacrificing, right? Praised for giving, praised for always showing up, praised for putting everybody else first. But somewhere along the way, many of us started believing that taking care of ourselves meant we were being selfish. So we keep giving and giving and giving until one day we don't even recognize our own selves anymore. We're irritated all the time. We're exhausted. We're emotionally drained. We snap at people we love. We lose our joy. Not because we're bad people or anything, but because we've been empty for too long. So here's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. So Jesus served people constantly, right? People followed him everywhere. Crowds wanted his attention. There was always another miracle to perform, another person to teach, another life to change. But did you notice something? Jesus didn't say yes to every demand. There were moments when he walked away from the crowd. He went to quiet places. He prayed. He rested. He spent time with his Father. And if Jesus, who literally came to save the world, understood the importance of stepping away, why do we think we're supposed to be available 24 hours a day? Sometimes we wear exhaustion like it's a badge of honor. I'm so busy, I haven't had a day off. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night. Almost like we're competing to see who can be the most tired. But I don't think that's what God intended. I don't know, maybe the problem is the phrase itself. Maybe instead of thinking about self-care, we should think about stewardship. The Bible teaches us that everything we have belongs to God. Our time, our gifts, our resources, even our bodies. 1 Corinthians tells us that our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit. Think about that. If someone entrusted you with something valuable, wouldn't you take care of it? So why are we so quick to neglect ourselves? Stewardship isn't just about money. It's about managing everything God has placed in your hands, including you. Maybe taking care of yourself isn't selfish after all. Maybe it's one of the ways you honor God. If there's one thing that I hope y'all are starting to see from this conversation that we're having, is that self-care isn't about escaping your life. It's about taking care of the life that God gave you. And I think that's a really important difference. Because I don't know how or when this happened, but self-care became a buzzword. It became about buying something, booking something, treating yourself. And again, no shade, no tea, it's nothing wrong with that. But if your version of self care only lasts until tomorrow morning, then maybe you're experiencing relief and not restoration. Real restoration goes deeper than that. All right, so here's another question for you. And I don't want you to answer so quickly. Really, really, truly think about this. What have you been neglecting because you've been taking care of everyone else? Maybe it's your health. Maybe you've skipped doctor's appointments. Maybe you've stopped exercising. Maybe you're surviving on coffee and convenience. Maybe you've stopped reading, stopped praying, stopped laughing, stopped doing the things that bring you joy. Or maybe you've stopped dreaming. You have been so busy surviving, friend. God didn't create you just to survive. He created you to flourish. Not a perfect life, not an easy life, but a life that's healthy enough to enjoy the blessings He's placed in it. All right, so let's take a temperature check right now. How are you really truly doing in these three areas of your life? How's your body doing? Are you getting enough sleep? Drinking enough water? Moving your body? And taking care of your health? How is your mind? What are you feeding it? Is it constant bad news and endless scrolling on TikTok and Instagram of all of what's happening in the world? Or are you making room for things that bring you peace, bring you growth and encouragement? How is your spirit? When was the last time you spent time with God? Not because you needed something, but simply because you wanted to be with Him. And stop doing this. Stop acting like prayer is something that's on your to-do list. Prayer is where your soul catches its breath. Treat it with respect. All right, so I know y'all are thinking, Toya, this all sounds good and all, but where in the world do I begin? Well, here's my answer. Start small. One of the biggest mistakes we can make is trying to change everything at one time. We decide we're going to eat healthier, exercise every day, wake up earlier, drink more water, spend an hour in prayer, read more books, and stop stressing all in the same week. Then by Wednesday, we're exhausted. Instead, choose one thing, one small intentional change, because healing usually doesn't happen through one giant decision. It happens through small, faithful choices repeated over time. And the beautiful thing is, most of those choices don't cost a thing. Sometimes self-care is taking a walk, turning your phone off for an hour, cooking yourself a healthy meal, reading a good book, or simply sitting in silence long enough to hear God's voice. We've become so used to constant noise that silence feels uncomfortable. But I've learned that God often speaks the loudest when everything else gets quiet. All right, so this is what I need you to do right now. I need you to go grab a piece of notebook paper or even a sticky note will work. I want you to draw a line down the middle of said piece of paper. And on one side, I need you to write, I need less of. And on the other side, I need you to write, I need more of. Now, I don't want you to overthink this. Just be honest. So, some examples of what you could write. You could write, I need less of saying yes when I really mean no, over committing, negative self talk, or maybe even scrolling through your phone when you're laying in bed. Then on the I need more of side, you could probably put something like sleep or prayer, exercise, rest, or even boundaries. And then come back to this video, rewatch it. I'm just playing. You don't got to rewatch it. But look at what happens when you write stuff down. Things become much easier to recognize what needs to be changed. Not everything, just one thing. We're starting small, remember? All right, so there's a reason why I asked y'all to do that exercise because I want you all to always remember. I actually have this hanging in my kitchen nook and I'm looking at it right now. But you can't pour from an empty cup, and it is absolutely true. Think about the people that constantly give. You have parents, teachers, nurses, church volunteers, community leaders. Sometimes everyone sees what you're doing, but very few people ask how you're doing. And if that's you, I want you to know and hear this. Taking care of yourself doesn't mean you care less about others. It means you're making sure you have something healthy to give. Because burned out people often serve from obligation. Healthy people serve from overflow. And I don't know about you, I'd rather live from overflow. And here's something else I want you to think about. You are probably kinder to other people than you are to yourself. If your friend told you that they were tired, you'd probably say, get some rest. If they told you that they were overwhelmed, you'd encourage them to take a break. If they made a mistake, you'd remind them nobody's perfect. So, why on God's green earth is it so hard to offer yourself that same grace? Sometimes we're our own harshest critic. But remember what Ephesians chapter 2 verse 10 says. For we are God's workmanship. Some translations say God's masterpiece. God isn't finished with you. You're still growing, you're still learning, you're still becoming. Give yourself permission to grow without demanding perfection. All right, so I have a challenge for you this week. You know I love a good challenge. Before we end this video, I want you to do one thing. Not a big thing, just one intentional step. This week, choose one act of self-care that helps you become healthier in your mind, body, and spirit. Just one. Maybe it's getting more sleep, drinking more water, spending 15 uninterrupted minutes with God. Maybe it's taking a walk or saying no without feeling guilty. Maybe it's simply asking for help. Whatever it is, do it. Not because social media says you deserve it, but because you're choosing to be a good steward of the life God has entrusted you with. All right, so when you finish this video today, I want you to leave with a new perspective on self-care. It's not about escaping responsibility. It's not about putting yourself above everyone else. It's about recognizing that the life God gave you matters. Your health matters, your peace matters, your relationship with God matters. And taking care of those things isn't selfish, it's wise. Because when you're healthy, you love better, you serve better, you lead better. You give from a place of abundance instead of exhaustion. And that's what I believe God wants for each of us. All right, so I want to pray for you real quick. Father, thank you for reminding us that rest is not weakness and that caring for ourselves is part of caring for the life you've given us. Help us recognize the areas where we've been running on empty. Give us the wisdom to slow down, the courage to set healthy boundaries, and the grace to stop feeling guilty for resting. Teach us to be faithful stewards, not only for our time and resources, but also of our bodies, minds, and spirits. Help us replace burnout with balance, busyness with purpose, and guilt with your peace. and remind us that we don't have to do everything today. One faithful step is enough. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
24 hours later.
All right, so I don't know how this happened, but I am late for work. I slept through. No, my alarm went off. I remember it going off, but I cut it off. How that happened, I don't know. But I was gonna do a whole get ready with me, and that's how I know God doesn't want me to do get ready with me, is because He said, that's not your niche. That's not what I told you to do. So here we are. I was gonna at least do a whole hair thing because you guys were with me when I washed it. So here we are. I'm about to take my hair down. First I need to put some oil on this here scalp because that's what I do. And I use this this Design Essentials Edge and Temple Strengthening Oil. So I'll tell you on a later video what I use this specifically for, because if you've not noticed in my hair washing video, I have a bald spot in my head. That's a whole nother story. A whole nother story. So I'll fill you in on that at some point, but it's here. And it ain't going nowhere. And before everybody says anything, I've tried everything. Tried everything. Before I put any grease on it, I know that it was still shiny. I just like to put grease on my stuff anyway. Okay. Here we go. I don't even have time to separate like I really want to, but we'll do our best on the car. Oh gosh, I shouldn't do that. On the car right there, because this is it. I don't know. Let me wash my hands. Alright, so now I'm in the car on the way to work. Finally, I am 30 minutes behind. But I wanted to hop on here real quick and say about my hair. So I don't know if you could tell when I was doing the wash and goes that my hair is in layers. And that's just what it is. My hair grows in a V. When I turned 40, I got a diva cut and got that whole hairstyle, wash and go. I was able to maintain it for a while, but see, it's raining. It is drizzling. See, I am done for. But I was able to maintain that, but then my hair, when it grows out, the back grows differently than the rest of my hair. And if you can't tell, I have a different grade of hair in the back, the part that grows differently. For some reason, and I do not cut it like this, I swear to you, my sister thinks I cut it like this. I do not cut it like this. My hair, it's a different grade, and it grows differently. It grows, and it's a V. It grows into a V. I don't know why it does that. I wish it didn't do that. Am I entirely mad at it? No, because when I straighten my hair, that's the longest part of my hair. I never knew my grandmother, my mom's mom, but according to my mom, her hair was like this too. She had in the back was a different grade of hair, so I guess I got that, and I don't know what to do with it, and I'm not cutting it. I'm not cutting it because again, that's the longest part of my hair when I straighten it. So I don't know what to do. It just looks weird because you'll have shrinkage at the top, but then it's long and it's not pieced together. See how this is separated? Yeah. And I guess there are some things that I could do, like stretch my curls out, which I could have done, but I was not trying to do that this weekend. Like I wasn't trying to get a little chilly in here. I wasn't trying to fiddle with my hair more than I had to. And I need to see, talking on the phone with y'all, I'm up here driving way under what I usually drive. Like I said, if it rains, which it's already drizzling, well, it's not anymore. I'm done for because it's so soft. It's no hold to this at all. It's just, it's here. It's here. So anyway, that's my hair. We'll see how it does at the end of the day. Alright, so how did it last? I've been in and out of the building all day. It is 5:08. Oh my gosh. Today was a long day, you guys. But I came up here only because I realized I did not close the video out. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I did something a little different today. I washed my hair with you guys, but I won't be doing that kind of content, I promise. I'm gonna get back to my home stuff. But I just, since I was talking about self-care, it kind of tied into what, you know. I'm so tired, and it's just Monday. It is literally just Monday. Thank you for spending time with me today. If you feel encouraged by this message, I'd love for you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who is always taking care of someone else but forgetting themselves. You never know who might need permission to just slow down and breathe. I also love to hear from you in the comments. Let's get the comment section going, please, because I am feeling like a redheaded stepchild. So neglected. I'm trying to build a community over here. So I would love to hear from you in the comments. What is the one thing that you need less of and the one thing that you need more of? I would love to hear from you. Let's encourage each other, because if you write something in the comments, you never know who you may be inspiring by writing what you are writing. So next week, we are going to wrap up this series, this month of July. Can you believe it? Sorry, that was a bit loud. I was loud for myself. As I was saying, we are wrapping up this July series with another conversation that I'm sure is going to encourage you. It's going to be part 2 to this video, what we started off the month with. I know that It's going to challenge you. It's going to make you think. And I just pray that it starts conversation, either with me or with your friends, family. It doesn't matter who. Just open dialogue is what is needed. And I'm not driving. Why do I have my seatbelt on? So until then, I want you to remember this. Remember that taking care of yourself is not stepping away from God's purpose. Sometimes it's exactly what you need to walk in it. And never forget that you were given this life because you were strong enough to live it. I love you all. I pray that you have a good week, or good rest of the week. My eyes, I think, are even red. Oh, I need to go. Okay. We need to go. I'm like the only one here. No, I'm not. But, okay, guys. I love you all. Have a great week. Until next week. Bye for now.